Peace and blessings, family. Sister Aja Lee and Dr. Z. We are here to cover the recent debacle with Diddy. I don't know what name he's going by. I saw him in an interview where he was saying, just call me Love. That's his new name, Love. And I was like, that's some satanic nonsense going on right there. I would imagine they need him to catch up with Kanye, but nobody could catch up with Kanye because his brain was fried during shock therapy. And then during his whole connection with that witch he was with, in my conclusion, Kim Kardashian. Now he's just got another handler that the media wants to say is Kanye controlling, whatever the heck, the little Italian chick who walks around almost pretty much nude everywhere she goes, looking like she's a complete weirdo. The media likes to say, oh, it's Kanye who's controlling her. Peace, brother Douglas Jones. How you doing? It's good to meet you, brother. And so I'm just looking at Diddy, and he probably looks completely ineffective compared to Kanye. And yeah, Kanye's just a Baphometic mess. They've destroyed the man. He's a shell of his former self. So that all said, I am delighted to welcome you, family, to the live. And I know personally, I'm going to be listening to Dr. Shi because he has delved into this in far more detail than, oh, thank you so much. Yes, I definitely am. Dr. Shi takes very, very good care of me. And so it's a wonderful thing. And so he has far more details on this event. And the reason why I imagine that we are, it's so easy to cover, but I don't like to just do celebrity gossip. It's because it connects to everything. It impacts how we are being herded, socially engineered to respond in certain ways. And it's only through looking through the details and studying what they plan for us that we can withstand that. So I would, Dr. Shi taking new, yes, he's always more than happy to be of service. You can go over to 25,000yearcycle.org and you'll see the button down on the right-hand side that says, let's chat. And you schedule an appointment, and he really means it, brother.
No, you just go, yeah, you can do that. If you go to the website, you can just book a consultation. Aboriginal health consultation. That's all you got to do. Peace. Ain't no big deal.
Yeah, peace.
It's called Aboriginal health consultation. You just book it and schedule date and time. Boom, you straight. Yeah, so what are we talking about today?
When pity. MK Ultra Sex Kittens go wild.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we were going with this. All right, here's the secret. Well, as y'all know already, P. Diddy, Puffy Combs, was sued by his ex-girlfriend for millions of dollars, blah, 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 blah. All right. And you have to understand that these are not your affairs. All right. These are their affairs. All right. These are their situations. You can't live like these people live. What they're doing, they use the celebrity to introduce you different quote unquote lifestyles to you. You know what I'm saying? They're the people that's breaking down your inhibitions. They use the celebrity for that. All right. But you have to understand they've been broken. The celebrity has been broken first. Okay, so you're worship. A lot of us are looking up to, celebrating, following the affairs of broken people. Damaged goods. People, if they didn't have any money, you'd be going the other side of the street when they came through. You know what I mean? Because you know that he's a freak. This is such a, you know what I mean? All those things like that come into play when somebody broke. But you'll think when somebody got money, that makes them a better person. Right? You think when they teach you when somebody has money, that means they're successful. That means they've done better than you. That means they're smarter than you because they've got money. Look what you've got. You don't. They have a Maybach. What do you have?
And then they're also more moral than
Well,
you
exactly.
are.
Well, that's no morality. Don't come in it. Like I tell you, they don't do morals.
Well, I'm saying, but you'll assume because they have material wealth that they own the definition of what is moral and not
No,
moral.
that's like I said. You're not even looking at them like that for any moral authority.
No, I'm not saying
Okay.
you are, but I've had people think that they could insult me
Uh-huh.
by saying, "Oh, she's not worth listening to because she doesn't have a pot to piss in because I don't have a mansion."
Oh, okay. That
And
means
so
you
that's
don't have
how
any value.
Yeah, exactly. That
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not-
okay. But
yeah.
when you say morality, I'm thinking about something else.
Oh,
That's
okay.
just materialism to me. And materialistic people, they get what they get. They get a nice casket.
Mhm.
All right.
Mm.
That's where it's always going to end up for you. You get a nice casket. If you have any money left, they'll put you in a nice casket and sit you in the ground. All right. Because like they say, you can't take it with you.
Mm.
All right. It really has no value. Anything that you can buy has no value. Don't you guys get it? Most of the things in life that you can buy don't have any real value, intrinsic value. They're usually just bills or things you use.
Right.
All right.
Right.
You can't buy
right.
the love and respect of a woman.
Mm.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the Pete. Diddy can't buy a woman that love him. You can't buy that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He can use Cassie to do all these other things. All right. And she can fool herself into thinking that's love because that's part of the sex kitten training. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To emulate love, to emulate this, to act like
Right.
you have these whole range of emotions when they've actually been cut off. Because that's part of this training that you have to go through.
So it's such a convincing act to the person who's taking availing themselves of your services.
Yeah.
It seems as if you are telling the truth and that it's real.
Well, it seems so because you think it is.
Right, but you don't actually feel anything.
You don't feel anything. Exactly. We have to cut your feeling. We have to cut your access to certain aspects of yourself in order to let you for you to do these things. To give your body over fully, you have to cut. They have to strange people on demand. You have to have something has to be taken. You have to way to separate yourself. All right. Cassie always talk about the drugs, how she was high all the time. Yeah, I bet you were high all the time.
Wow.
Because that's part of the process. Cassie is the woman that he's been sued. Cassie,
probably get a photo of her.
What's her name? Cassie.
I don't know. Because you studied it. I ain't studied
Cassie.
it.
Yeah, Cassandra Ventura. That was her name. Yeah. So but yeah, you have to do these things to cut everything off. If you ever, they do it. The porn stars do it. They all stay high. Right? Because there's a certain amount of disconnect you got to have.
Cassie Ventura, is that her name? I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. That's right there. Yeah, that's what there's a certain amount of disconnect you got to have just to do these things from your self-worth. All right.
Wow. I want to get a photo that.
Look how young she was.
Yeah, she was. Wow.
She must have been. That's probably when she first came out, 18, 19. Look around at that time. I think she was 19 when she met Puffy.
Wow. So she was completely just vulnerable.
No. Ain't too many 19-year-old women out here vulnerable like that they don't know nothing.
Yeah, that's
all right.
True.
Let's stop
that's
that.
True.
So
yeah,
this is a woman, Puffy. She was already in the industry. She was dealing with these music executives before she met.
You told me Tommy Mottola.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember right now.
Okay.
I think it was Tommy Mottola. But she was in that loop before she met. Because remember, she's being groomed to be for them, to work for them, to be with them.
Right.
She was in the loop already before she got the Puffy. Because Puffy ain't gonna pick up no stranger on the street. They ain't been vetted.
Right. And she was trying. Was she trying to be a singer or a rapper?
Singer, dance, whatever. You know, they got to sing, they got to dance, they got to whatever they got to do.
Right.
All right. She grew up in Connecticut. It's a little enclave in Connecticut. I don't know what her upbringing is. I don't even know what town it was. Yeah, I got caught up in something else, man. I'm sorry. But that's how knowledge is, man. It just takes you where it gotta go until its conclusion. You know how it works.
Yeah, I sure do.
Till things get resolved. Then you can think of it again. But anyway, yeah, well, she was caught up in that world before she met Puffy. All right. So all this I'm innocent, I don't know what the hell's going on. That's game. That's game. All right.
Right.
That's game. All right. Remember, I don't know if you from my era, like the 70s and the 80s, you know that them girls started early. 14, 15, by 19, you a damn vet in the streets. Know what I'm saying? 19, you a vet.
Right. See, I didn't experience any of that. So
but
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But you wasn't into the whole Miss Teen world and all this other thing.
No, I wasn't.
They got a whole nother thing they doing. They on a whole nother life path than you're aware about. See, like I said, since you haven't been chosen, you don't understand how the ones that's chosen operate. Why do you think LeBron was called the chosen one?
Explain it to me.
Yeah, because he was chosen. Like he's going to be our best representative for what we're trying to do in this sports.
Right.
He was chosen at 11, 12, 13 though.
Oh.
Yeah, he was chosen when they took him out of public school and put him in that Catholic school to play basketball. All right, that was 13, 14. That's when he got separated from the crew. Okay, this one got some talent. Separate the wheat from the tare.
Well, I know the Catholic Church is just basically like a
so this
satanic
boy I think that boy had a Hummer at like 17. So LeBron is a whole different. They never lived like you. All right, all he's talking about all this black shit, the police, and I'm scared, and all that's nonsense.
That's script.
He ain't never lived like that.
That's a script.
He ain't lived like. If he did, it's a long, fine memory before he was even a real teenager, his preteens. All right, that's how long he been separate from you.
And I love what you had said to me once, where he was having that incident where somebody wrote "nigger" on his
supposedly
garage.
He didn't
door.
see it because he said my people erased it before I even got home. So
but he was so terrified on camera. He's like, oh, it was just so scary. He's a multi-millionaire, probably a billionaire by now.
Yeah, that dude is
and he's scared because somebody wrote
6'9", 275 of ugly. He ain't always been
I'm not
grown.
mad at him.
Always like looking old. He always look old.
Yeah, he does look old.
Even when he was young, he looked old. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like I said, these cats is mutants. These guys are genetics. Yo.
You got to explain some of the stuff you just said.
They not like you. They not even genetic. Well, they are like you.
Okay.
All right? But come on. It's not a lot of people that are over 6'6" on the planet.
Right.
It's rare.
It is very rare.
It's very rare.
It's like the models. Yeah.
It's very rare.
Mm-hmm.
So 6'9", that's a freak of nature. All right?
Mm.
Most people ain't built like that. The ones that you see them and they're on the TV all the time, so you think it's very common, but you look out in the street, it's not common. Walk through a major city, you see it's not common at all.
That's true.
Exactly. If you grew up, go down to Canal Street, go to 42nd Street, all right? Go wherever you're hang out in Chicago, Wilshire Boulevard, Los Angeles, wherever you at.
Yeah.
It's not normal.
And these guys are like, yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
In that they're so big, they're like mutants.
Exactly.
Boxing and, wrestling, all of it. These people are gigantic.
Yeah, especially now, when we were young, it was different. Muhammad Ali might have been like 6'2", 6'3". That's a normal height.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yeah.
But damn, Dante Wagner, he's like 6'7", 6'8", and freaking
wow.
And what's the dude to beat him? The big white boy, Tyson Fury, is damn near 7 feet tall.
Wow.
All right?
Wow. Yeah.
So this is different. This is not your heavyweight. Muhammad Ali couldn't be fighting these guys. Wow. I'm gonna tell you straight, Muhammad Ali couldn't fight him. See, Mike Tyson fought some of them because as he kept, of course, guy, he's just a normal sized dude. Mike Tyson, he's like 5'10", right? So he always fought guys bigger and went wrong and reached to him. But he wouldn't be up here fighting Tyson Fury. These guys are not just big; they are skilled. The biggest guys Mike Tyson fought was probably just not even that skilled, but they were brutal. Know what I'm saying? But even then, most of the guys are taller than him. Spinks, Michael Spinks, Larry Holmes, Mitch Green. All the cats were taller than Mike Tyson. But it wasn't that range. Like maybe the tallest one might have been 6'4", 6'5", maybe. I think I don't know if he fought my man from England. I can't remember. That became champion after Riddick Bowe. I can't remember his name right now, but he might have been 6'5". That's about tall as Mike fought. All right, but 6'7", 6'8". That's 6'9". This is the Klitschko brothers. They're all like 6'6", 6'7". These guys are huge.
And so, what's so weird about it is, I remember when we were young, you heard about dudes who were that tall. They were like goony. They were ungainly.
That's right, because they are until they grow into their size. Yeah? And remember, they're not. A lot of them are not only ungainly, they have genetic problems too. That's why they break their ankles a lot. They have a lot of foot problems and knee problems. Generally, they have a lot of
right. Because
like
the body's not built.
Like Kareem just had to go to the hospital. Why? Because he said he fell and broke his hip. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's 7'2", I think. And he's older. He's 76, but he said he fell and broke his hip. Let me tell you a secret. No, his hip broke and he fell.
Really? How can you
brittle bones? That's why they be falling. Their bones are breaking.
Because they're not. The body's just not.
How you like fall and broke your hip? No, your hip cracked, and that's why you fell. You see?
Okay. Right.
Unless somebody fell like pop, like
fell really bad.
Exactly.
Fell down a flight of stairs.
Exactly. It's hard to break your hip.
It's hard to break a bone.
Yeah, generally. You know what I'm saying? So nah, you can't tell me. I think that hip broke and he fell.
Wow.
Because you know, as you get older, your legs start to go. Generally, anyway. Know what I mean? So
right.
And he's been under the knife a lot of times. Kareem been prostate cancer, this cancer. He loved getting under the knife for them. Well, he's an athlete, so they spend a lot of time in surgery anyway. They're used to surgery. Because they patch these athletes up. But let's not go. I'm sorry. Sex Kittens.
No, but it's you know what? I think it's an excellent topic.
Yeah.
And it applies to so much. I think that that's what we do need to just expand the range of what these, things are about.
And that's really what it's about. The celebrity is the greatest trick foisted upon the populace. You know what I'm saying? Making people famous because, you know what I'm saying? Giving people authority over you because they've been on TV or they made a record, those things like that. Those things are dysfunctional. All right? I mean, we can appreciate the record, but I shouldn't be falling out because I saw Michael Jackson on the street.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I shouldn't want to throw my panties on the stage because Lionel Richie's, take them, Daniel.
I know, right.
But they're encouraging this type of dysfunction because the people are prone to idolatry because they have not been educated properly and they don't have see a lot of value in themselves. When you don't see value in yourselves, you're prone to idolatry.
You project, right.
You're looking for somebody to look up to, better than me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That knows the answers to everything. That can guide me and teach me and like everything you should be doing for yourself.
Wow.
All right?
Okay.
All right. As an individual, when you get to relationships, it's different. But as an individual, we should not be idolizing LeBron James or, what I'm saying, these things like that. Because the idolatry is used to sell you something. Know what I'm saying? They put the idol up there to represent materials to you to sell you. If you know what I'm saying.
No, you just explained and answered a huge question in my mind because I've never cared for celebrities, not in my whole life, except for maybe when I was up to 13. And when I saw that even without having the knowledge of all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, that they're full of crap. And one of my first questions was when it came to Michael Jackson and the Jacksons is like, why are they always singing about love and ABC?
Ain't no girls on the stage.
And whether there were girls, that wasn't my question. But it was as far as why aren't they telling the detailed truth so that they could help people? Now, sometimes Michael, later on as a grown-up, he would sing songs, they don't care about us. Yeah. And I thought that was nice. That was cute. But in real detail, there's so much horror going on out there. I was like, you got all this money.
Well, let me tell you that.
Why aren't these people producing things for us?
You stepped into another pile because I'm gonna tell you straight up. Most black music, the writing is crap.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree with
If it
you.
wasn't for hip hop, all the writing would be crap.
Oh my God, yes. That's true. Hip hop.
R&B writing is garbage. I
It-
mean, it's very simple. Sir,
Mm.
just gotta go with the rhythm. There's no deep, complex poetry added to it. No, nothing like
No
that.
observations.
No observation. No,
Details.
exactly. No
Yes.
insightful thinking. That's what's on the radio. It's treacle. That's what's on the radio.
Right.
It's designed for you not to think about things deeply.
Wow.
All right.
And right. Wow.
That's unfortunate.
It is.
Because we have some very talented people that have never really put into their talent. They've never really given us all of their talent because they were limited or they limited themselves. All right.
Because you're thinking, I got to write a hit.
Exactly.
Right.
So that means it can't be too complex. Got to be a little simple.
Dumb it down.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like that's what's going on. So you got to juggle all the smart in your head to put something together. And what's going to attract the most people. That's why as artists get older and more mature, like Prince, Michael Jackson, any great artist, any great group, just name any of them that's been around, even Mary J, they'll start just making shit they like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Their music is really what they're feeling at that time. And so it's more authentic, but it won't be as accessible to everybody.
Right.
Because you'd have to be going through those certain situations to appreciate what they're putting down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they ain't gonna make music like a 19-year-old no more because they freaking 42.
That's true.
You know
when you're 19, you are more in tune with that superficial type of thinking.
Exactly. You got children running around and bills and things like that, and you've been through life. You ain't gonna make music. That's what Andre 3000 was trying to tell you. I'm like 49. What am I making a hip hop music album for? But he can still make a hip hop album at 49. So because whatever he's talking about can still be put down into prose. Right. So that was kind of, I didn't hear the whole interview. If that's it, like I said, that's kind of superficial of him, but I understand he's trying to do other things and branch out. So he just want to do the flute shit. That's why he did it. Right. I've been working on this. I didn't know he did the opening for Mask Off by Future.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know
Percocet.
that.
It starts with a flute.
Okay.
Yeah, if you know Mask Off by Future, yeah, he did the opening for that. I just found that out. I didn't know that. But like I said, which is simple, but still, he's branching off to other things. When you grow up, everything's supposed to grow up.
Right.
You can't grow up and still be writing the same little teenage song, still doing Candy Girl.
I know that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
A 40-year-old
exactly.
man.
Exactly. There's something wrong with that. All right. But that's why they have the music now. That's why they also always have this infused. That's why all these new artists are coming out all the time.
Right.
Because they keep this shit dumb.
And they can take advantage and control.
And here go Cassie.
Yeah, here go
Let's
Cassie.
segue to Cassie.
Okay.
Have a little, want some more. All right. Partially bougie, you know what I'm saying? Got a little light, bright, damn near white and everything like that. So she probably been told you've been cute your whole life. Every black guy come around, ooh man, she's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You fine for a black girl.
She could be looking like a boy. Got a body like a boy. You fine. Because you light skinned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know how we do. Could be looking like 10 miles of bad road, as long as they light skinned inside.
I know.
She fine.
I've seen that all my life.
So that's what we're dealing with here. So she falls into that. And remember, she was young, 19. They like women to look just like that. Come on, women look like this.
They're all married to the
every
same.
rapper got a woman look like this.
Right.
Damn near every rapper gotta have or artist, black guy gotta. If you ain't gonna have a dark skinned girl. You can have a woman look like this. Lauren London, Scottie Pippen's wife, Larissa, when she was younger, all got to look like Kardashians. They're not black, but I'm just saying they gotta have that type of look.
Right.
All right. Because that look is also telling you something. This is a club and you're not in it. All right.
Teach.
And trust me, you don't want to be in that club.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that coven. You don't want to be in that coven.
Oh, right.
All right. Because they got their own thing going. All right. These women are meant to serve certain type of men. They're groomed to serve a certain type of man. All right. Not bus drivers, just so you know. All right. Not the bus driver, not the milkman. not the bodega owner, not you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not regular average day people. They're being groomed for their quote unquote elites. All right, to be moved and passed around as they see fit when they want to do it. All right, and so obviously she had been passed around already and then ended up in Puffy hands. Quiet. That's on to put it in a nutshell. She's been passed around at a young age and end up with him. Right. All right, and Bad Boy Records. He got money. You know what I'm saying? He's plugged in with the white boys. They probably used her and threw him down to him. I'm gonna tell you the truth what happened.
Oh,
right. All right, you can handle this. Handle my light work, as we say. You'll handle my light work.
Yeah, I got a girl for you.
Exactly.
Right.
Take care of this one. I mean, because we done found out a lot of puffy money ain't puffy money.
Oh, see, I know that.
Yeah. You done found out. That done leaked out over the last few months. All puffy money ain't. Puffy was fronting for a lot of people.
So those rings and all the rest of it.
Exactly. No, he owned them. The rings ain't nothing. I'm just saying.
I'm saying they're nothing.
The companies and things, a lot of stuff that it's like, come on. A lot of people living these lies and they just front people. They don't own nothing. Know what I'm saying? But they're representative. They're mouthpieces. All right. It's like when Shaq comes to Newark and talks about how we got this Shaq Tower coming up. And we're going to have a certain amount of affordable houses built to people in Newark and blah, 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 blah. That's not Shaq's building. Shaq is representing a construction company, a big firm, and he's getting a cut. All right? He's a spokesperson. He don't run it.
Right.
All right? Same thing Queen Latifah's doing. They work with these guys, these construction companies. They go to all these towns and college towns and regular towns and make them suitable for colleges, things like that. They were the people that did Shaq Tower were in New Brunswick. Those are the ones who renovated New Brunswick for Rutgers. Because New Brunswick had a big black community. A lot of people live down there. It's not like that no more. All right. They changed that whole town. They did everything over. Got rid of some everything was down there. That's gone. A lot of that is gone. They changed the whole landscape of New Brunswick over the last 40 years. All right. And they got that same thing planned for every quote unquote black major city. All right.
Yeah, they're doing it up here.
They're doing it up here. They're doing it in Baltimore. They're doing it in Washington, D.C. They're doing it in Atlanta. They do it in Chicago. They do whatever. Wherever you at, they coming for it. Know what I'm saying? It's like when you do the reservations. We get them over there. We don't want them over. We put them in a reservation somewhere in the mountain. Then they find out there's gold in the mountains. Like, oh, well, we got to move the reservation again.
Right,
know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what's going on.
Right.
That's all that is. The same program.
Oh.
But
okay.
as far
so basically, because you never see on the flip side, if there's a black major construction corporation out there, you don't see, like, they got these guys that they can control.
Yeah, they got these individuals come out and stuff, but they don't have no, it's like there's no black companies.
No black companies, because I still remember the story and the tragedy about this company called IRP, and it was running on internet or information, technical information company run by black men. And right after the orchestrated 9/11, they came up with a way to integrate computer systems easily. And they came up with the idea before any of the big, IBM and Microsoft and all the rest of it. And they were put in jail on completely bogus, trumped up charges.
So they wouldn't take the money.
Somebody
tried to buy them.
I don't know whether that part I'd never read about, and I looked into it a bit. Yeah. What they trumped them up on was the way that because they were getting orders and they got a giant order from the U.S. government, and they wanted them to be part of Homeland Security in terms of making it more efficient. And other people, entities, the way that they work with these companies is that they'll order something and they'll use your money to build the something before it's actually even built. And this is just standard practice in the industry. But they got them off of shady practices because they didn't have and even though they were capable of finishing the project, they got them and put them all in jail before that.
That's fraud.
Yeah, based on fraud. Exactly.
Yeah, you can't sell what you don't have.
Exactly. But
Unless
all
you're
the other,
selling, and if you're doing that, you have to let them know that it's not made yet.
yeah, well,
There's
but
other
all
things
the
you
other companies do the exact same thing.
Yeah, well,
It's standard practice, but they got caught out there because they were a black company. So you got these guys running around, all these rappers, like, wow, they're so intelligent, they're so brilliant, but they're not constructing anything. Whereas, like you say, they just call them in, they, sign off on a project and look like they're part of it when they're just buying, access to the black mind.
That's just how you got the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. They gave Jay-Z, we're going to let you buy 0.239% of the team, and you can go out there and be the spokesman for building an arena in Brooklyn and displacing all these people downtown.
Wow.
And you know what I'm saying? On the eminent domain. They used black folk to convince you this was going to be a good thing for that ugly-ass stadium downtown Brooklyn with the lame Nets.
Wow.
Like the Nets got a little lame stadium in Brooklyn, in New Jersey they could have played in. They could have stayed right here and played. It would have been no different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody would have been displaced. But you let the Negroes, Bernard King, too, all these black Negroes come out there, these Negroes telling you it was a good thing to displace all these people to build a stadium whose owners probably ain't paying no money for it. They probably got a tax-free lease for 20 years at $1 a year. Some stupid. They get all these. Nobody, the people who are not making money from these arenas, family. All right.
Who's making money? How do they make the money?
No, they're not making
it just tax write-offs.
They're getting tax write-offs. They're getting to keep profits, and the people are paying under the guise of that it's going to bring industry to the city, to their communities. There ain't no industry coming to your city. First of all, they tore down a community to build the thing up.
Right.
All right. That's workers. That's a tax base right there. So you're going to build something that you're not going to tax for 20 years to line the pockets of your rich brethren and the people looking stupid.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. All these stadiums.
I've never seen a stadium surrounded by upswing in commerce around.
Only place that would probably be Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. That's the only way I could see any stadium. Only stadium I can see it doing. But they've been there how long? They've been there for 100 years in that location.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So everything is built around that stadium, though they renovate the stadium too. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm sorry to get off on that. But
no, I was enjoying. I hope, family, you're enjoying yourself too. Because I just love having conversations that can connect. You can see how vast the subject matter is, and a lot of our mighty family. I'm not mad at people for analyzing to the best of their ability, and I'm not saying we're the best. We're not. But at the same time, we've been lulled or we've been programmed into thinking of things in a very static manner, in a very limited fashion, so that we don't comprehend that this is a armed force meant to keep us just in the same.
It's the rules. You're like Gil Scott Heron said,
oppression, pornography.
You're in the B movie. You're stuck in the B movie, and these are the characters. You're an NPC. You're a non-player character. All right, but you got all these guys, these characters like this, these celebrities. These are characters that actually get speaking roles. You're an NPC. You're a non-player character.
So
you
we
have
don't
no
have
say
sad
so.
cards.
You don't get no say so or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But they're putting these guys up there to lead the NPCs, to make the NPCs think they're living in reality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They help to goad you. Their goal is to goad you into accepting the B movie as reality.
Wow.
All right? That's all they're doing. All right? So as long as you follow these guys, these characters, you're always going to be stuck in this B movie. You're going to be stuck in this fake reality. This fake, you know what I mean?
Right. Where you don't accept that life is not just about
where you have no control. That's the biggest part.
And you produce nothing.
Exactly.
You produce
nothing.
Well,
you don't take responsibility for your actions, literally. I mean, you take responsibility for your actions up to a point. But you are not an active like you're supposed to be in securing the future for yourselves, your family, and your community.
In perpetuity.
Because you're distracted.
Right.
And with this distraction, you miss the organization part. You miss the culture part. You missed the building buying. You missed the education. You missed the hospital. You missed all of that stuff. All right, because none of these, in case you notice, none of these characters in front of you are building any hospitals. If they're building a school, they just have their name on it.
And it's
the white people are paying for it. The white people are paying for it.
They're paying for it and they're running
exactly. All right. So it's the same old, same old. All right. They're not building anything for your future. They build only for their future and their children. As their children get whiter and whiter and whiter,
right,
and blend right back into the background.
Right.
All right. To separate themselves from you NPCs. Poor black NPCs. Poor black NPCs.
Right. Wow.
You just can't get a break, can you? Poor black NPCs.
But I think these guys, like the fact that Diddy is even being sued in this manner, I think that's because that, first of all, I'm Fukushima put a definite period at the end of the sentence. They have a timeline to get stuff done. And so I think that's what Kissinger, just before he died, came out and said, look, we're in trouble. You guys, all these world leaders, all of you got to get busy because they want to pop off violence. They can control everybody in the midst of the chaos that warring factions bring. And as you said to me before, people are pretty, especially in the United States, people really don't want to get up and be violent. They have certain people, I think, that they're false flags or they're psyops, or where they'll have violence take place. I think there are white people who are losing a gasket, and they are literally just so frustrated. They're taking out their whole families. They want that to pivot on Black us instead. But I just think that all of this is happening to Diddy because he's, as I said at the beginning, he's not as out of his mind as Kanye is. They drove Kanye crazy.
I wouldn't say all that personally.
Okay.
I think this is what I see. She has aged out of the sex kitten business. All right. She's used to a certain financial. This is not deep. She's used to a certain financial lifestyle. All right. And I got something on him. This happens all the time. It's going to come back. The work is going to come back at you for a payoff to say goodbye. All right. First of all, she's in a relationship with his personal trainer, some little white boy.
Yeah, I know.
So come on, man.
And she never made it into
exactly because she ain't had that type of talent. She had enough talent to stay employed to do what she was doing for him.
That I can agree with 100%. But at the same time, I think that these guys, they're protected to a certain manner.
Yeah, but you ain't protected from. Come on, this is a lawsuit. This ain't nothing.
It's Charlemagne the fraud.
This is a lawsuit.
No, I know it's a lawsuit, but I want to put out there an example where Charlemagne the fraud definitively did something wrong to that little girl, and the whole thing was just hushed up. Because
he got arrested.
He got arrested, but he never.
I know that. I know what happened.
Yeah.
I know exactly what happened. No, he didn't go to jail for any long time, nothing like that. I know that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that these people are protected. They're protected. And if don't want, if there's a shaming that'll happen, like with Obama, with the in my conclusion, gay dude who was drowned on his Martha Vineyard's property. I think that might have been a setup because they need all these, they're pushing the whole homoistic agenda massively right now. And so these guys are actors. They're hired. And if they're supposed to produce a product, which is a dumbed down, brainwash, mass population doing what the satanic elites want them to do, and they're not accomplishing that. And so I think the protection gets just sort of erased selectively so that a lawsuit that might not have ever happened before, suddenly it's like, can I do this? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Right?
But like I said, this is litigation. It's a way to get money. They didn't even go to court. It was over before even went to court. All right.
Mm-hmm.
This was over before he even went to court. It really wasn't no threat to him because she just wanted some money.
No, I'm not saying
And
she
like I
doesn't
said, and
want
I'm just
money.
saying, and that's why it went away so quick. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, don't worry. But the point I'm trying to make is, look, they have a lifestyle. They have these things they do amongst each other that really don't include you. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Right.
All right. It's what he was doing with her for whatever amount of time, was it 5-10 years she was with him?
Mm-hmm.
That was she did that willingly.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Nobody was forcing her to do anything. I don't care what she write in the report. I mean, nobody can force you to do things for 10 years.
And in a family-friendly way, what kind of things was she doing? I don't know if it's possible.
Oh, well, she was having,
way.
well, she would, he was hiring
watching.
dudes.
Right.
He was hiring dudes to have sex with her all over the country, everywhere they went.
Right.
Like on a regular basis.
Mm.
He would have her based on the transcript from the court case. Who knows? It's only her information, so who knows how accurate it is.
Right.
It's according to the transcript, he was having her pick out the biggest one she could find and invite him over to the room so he can observe it. Get the biggest, blackest one. We doing Asian, whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It could be like going to dinner. What we have say Chinese. Okay, well, you get 3. You know what I'm saying? Whatever way he wanted to do. All right. And she did that repeatedly for a number of years. And then she quietly went off into the sunset and said nothing. Because he had moved on to other women. And of course, like I said, she aged out. The sex kitten, the business requires young sex kittens. All right? Once you hit 3-0 and stuff like that, you're used to this. Yeah, it's all right. We got perkier ones down coming up.
Right.
All right, literally. That's how it happened. All right? So now the sex kitten if they're not in the business no more, now they got to deal with regular people like the freaking. They got to deal with the regular guys like the personal trainers now. All right. You come from betting big wigs and hanging out, champagne, all that. Now you got a personal trainer. That's your man. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
that's
right.
Like, it's like, wait a minute.
Down, yeah.
It can be a come down depending on your mentality.
Yeah, for them, it is.
And how he feel?
Agree to do all that she's done.
Exactly. So so now he's like, yo. And now what happens? You realize that all them years you was messing with him, you ain't really developed no talents.
Right. And the white boy could have said to her, look, you got a paycheck right here and you're not utilizing it. Because I don't know what their finances are like, but,
Let me tell you something. White people believe in litigation. They'll sue everybody.
That's what I mean.
All right? Black folks really, we don't do it. A lot of black folks not really into a whole lot of going to court because we never had a good time in court. So it's like, I don't want to go to court. I'd rather kick your ass in the street and get my money back, or just have the satisfaction of kicking your ass and have to go down to court and let somebody decide for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And they may just not like me.
But they love litigation. They love litigation. They live litigation. That's their thing. All right? So, yeah. So what happened now? You aged out the game. You used to the lifestyle. You might want to do something else, buy a house, a car, whatever like that. You tired of the environment you ain't have to live with Puffy. Puffy got a nice spot. You know what it is. So your new man might not have all that no more. You know what I'm saying? But you might have a taste for that.
Right. I've been watching different videos about Thai and Indonesian bar girls. And that'll happen to them where, they start out really, they don't know anything about that stuff growing up in their little villages.
Yeah.
And they get recruited, and the recruiter, another female, older, who's in the game, will not tell them exactly what they're doing. And they say that once they get into the bar, and maybe they'll try it because they've been given money and the whole aura of you've arrived. And that once they get in that game where you're waking up late in the day, you're making $1,000 every single weekend when you want to. And yes, you're having sex with multiple strangers, and many of them you just can't stand. After
that's what the Henny's for.
Yeah, after a couple years, and the drugs, and after a couple years, when there'll be somebody who may come and try to rescue them, and they're like, why would I want to go with you?
Mm.
Why would I want to get a job? Because
yeah,
I got to get up at 9
exactly.
and how much
Dieseling.
am I making? And so they don't want to change. They
Yo,
get addicted to that
you
lifestyle.
can't unring the bell. You can't unring a bell. All right.
Wow.
It's like when you first use that bidet. You can't unfeel that. Like, oh my God,
it's a bidet.
Wait a minute. That's what I've been missing.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How can I live without a
my
bidet?
God, the toilet just isn't
So
the same
exactly.
thing.
It's so they're barbarians in America. These should be standard. Know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So think about that on her level. Wine and dine. I don't know. Puffy loved it. He used to hang out. I guess he used to hang out a lot when he was young, from what I understand.
Right.
I was never around him hanging out. But yeah.
I imagine he did, because he's never sat
But that's
back
what they
and
do.
gotten
They
a wife
go.
and...
Yeah, you know, he's always, every time you see a picture of me in the club.
Yeah, and there's a couple pictures of him with Kim Porter and their children.
And Jennifer Lopez, he was with her.
Yeah, but it's like to go from woman to woman to woman like that, you have no sense of the value of stability. You have
well, no, you're a wealthy man. He could be stable. No, he's a wealthy man. He can afford it.
Yeah, but I don't think like that. There's a story to life. There's
well,
a story to breathing.
It depends on what your perspective on women is. I don't know his perspective on women. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how he feels about that. Everybody ain't got the same perspective on women. You know what I mean? But ain't no rich man that think they should have one woman generally.
Really?
Yeah, nobody rich. Nah.
Okay.
Nah. Come on.
No, I don't know. I don't know. Am I naive in believing in love and fidelity?
I'm not talking about love. I'm not disagreeing with love and fidelity. You can have all that. They can be rich to have more than one wife and have love and fidelity too. That's not what I'm talking about.
No, I'm not talking about fidelity to 3, 5, and 6. I'm talking about fidelity to 1. There are rich men.
I'm sure they
stay
can
with the one woman, and they recognize the stability that it offers to the children, so that their legacy can be positively reverberated down through the generations.
And you have rich men with multiple wives. They have the same thing.
No, I don't think so.
What are you talking about?
No, I mean that I've never, when I see those stories and I read about them, there is always bitterness and back infighting in the family.
Why?
There's jealousy.
Why is it always there?
Between the children.
Why is it always in those stories? Because they're trying to discourage you from this lifestyle.
No, I don't. I'm serious. In books, I've read, I don't know how many books in my lifetime I've looked and researched about what goes on in Africa in polygamous relationships, and they are misrepresented as if, and that is the one situation where I'm like, okay, maybe it could work, but there is inevitable jealousies, and there's, competition between the different children, so that there's a hierarchy. There's always a hierarchy. If you got a hierarchy, you're going to have somebody who feels left out.
Every family has a hierarchy somewhere.
I'm not, but it's one family.
I'm just saying, but that's your family. There's different families out. There's different types of families.
I know,
out
and
here.
I've read about them. That's all I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying there's different types of families. They all have hierarchies.
Okay.
All right, that's just natural. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, look, I don't know how his perspective on women is. All right. He might have loved all of them. Know what I'm saying? But it just ran its course. All right. But he's wealthy and he can afford it. You know what I'm saying? That's the disadvantage you have, that a lot of women will be around him generally.
I know.
So you have to sort through all of that stuff.
I think that's an issue, but I can't be talked out of knowing that being cherished and honored without the influx of more stress from various grown-up women's inclusion into the family structure stabilizes things more.
Yeah, like I said, that depends on the man.
No, I don't think it depends on the man or the women. I think it's inevitable. It's human nature.
That's not natural. No, it's not natural.
Yes.
It's acquired behavior because you're jealous of something somebody else has. All right? These are things we do because this is what we've been, this is the conditions we living under.
Okay, we're
going to have so we're technically still being shaped by this other culture around us, and our value system is going to be skewed. Most cultures in this planet also all have polygamy. That's monogamy is not the rule anywhere. It's monogamy is more common because it's much simpler.
I think we're going
And
to have
people
to.
love and people and monogamy is common because it's simpler. All right. And most don't have the ability to pay the bridal costs and all that stuff like that anyway. So they have one wife.
Okay. I think we're going to have to agree to disagree. I think this is one of the situations where women in submission
Mhm.
can encourage that type of mindset. And the man, because he's not a woman, so
Mhm.
he's not thinking, and he's the leadership position, he doesn't have to think about the woman's concerns or feelings.
That's wrong. Because
No.
listen to me. Because a man has to be concerned about everybody's feelings.
But in these
Because how can he? Because he can't have peace unless he's concerned about everybody's feelings. So one upset is upsetting everything. So that's not even true. A real husband is going to be monitoring the whole situation, whether it's one or two, it's like children. You got 8 children. You got to monitor all of them.
Okay, well, I don't agree that the women have to suppress their natural personalities.
No, nobody has to do that.
Yes, it is
Nobody has to do
absolutely
that.
contingent because you're dealing with grown-ups. You're not dealing with children. And these women have to behave in a manner that is childlike, where you don't get to ask questions. You don't get to disagree if you're wife number 2 and every other wife after that. Wife number 1 can be quite the dictator.
That's those structures they've been set up. Everybody don't have that type of structure. That's the structure they would have. I'm just saying it's not like I said.
But it's dependent on the wife number 2 and all the way back agreeing to be ruled.
You don't have, first of all, you don't have no wife number 2 unless everybody agrees on it. All right. It don't work like that. All right. Everybody, we have to work together, else nothing gets done.
It's different when you say you're going to marry or move in with somebody and everybody agrees, and then you're really in the home.
And nobody's moving in with nobody. Man is supposed to be able to provide a space for each family if he has separate families.
I know that.
Or, he has separate wives. He has supposed to provide a space for them.
Yeah, I know that. But it's still just one man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so even if he's going to different homes, each wife is going to notice where he spends the majority of his time with. And if she's, feels something for him, if she feels nothing for him, then
there
she's
wouldn't be no relationship in the first place.
Well,
exactly.
She's going to feel.
It's just a business deal. Exactly.
Yeah, so she's going to feel a connection to him. And
absolutely.
Everybody wants to be seen and cherished for who they are. So it's inevitable. It's like they're not dogs, they're people. And so they're going to feel like, oh, I don't matter right now. I don't matter to him the way that I used to. That's going to create resentment.
Yes, insecurity always does that.
That's not insecure.
It is insecurity. Somebody said they don't matter. That's an insecure feeling.
I don't think of that as insecure.
I don't feel like I'm cherished enough.
Yeah,
that's insecurity.
I think the man wants to be cherished. Is he insecure?
No. I'm not talking about that. No.
That's what I
mean. No. The man is automatic because he has to provide.
That's what I'm saying is it's like in a woman wanting to be cherished is a sign of insecurity.
No. If she's worried, If she's worried insecure about her sister wives. I'm not talking about individuals. If she's insecure about her sister wives,
okay,
that's what I'm talking about.
We're gonna have to leave it at that, but I know
we can do a whole share on this thing because I can go over this.
Okay, yeah, and so can I. On this. And the fact is, you're not a woman. I'm never going to be,
and I'm never going to be.
Exactly. So I'm just representing the fact that women have real feelings. This is meant to be. This is where I can agree with polygamy. It is meant to be a temporary state of affairs especially during war, especially when a society is being attacked and you have lots of widows and their children, so that they can have some representation in the home of a man doing what needs to be done, his duty, his diligence. And that's the issue for me is there's no end time. Men get kind of heavy. It's like, okay, I got this one, I got that one, I could go over here, even if they're all in separate homes. I'm not saying it's not work, but I am saying that for the man, it's a perfect situation, he thinks.
You think all that is easy?
No, I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying you're saying that the woman is insecure because she notices and it hurts her not to have the same affection from the man. How could it not hurt her if she's human?
Like I said, okay, but she's insecure. What, she thinks she's going to leave him now?
But that's
does
no.
she think that she's going to be left behind now?
That's not the thing.
Listen to me. The change of affection, does that mean what?
That means she's human, not insecure.
Okay.
She wants to be loved.
Yes.
Everybody wants to be loved.
Okay, but
that's not a
just
bad
because
thing.
you love somebody, don't mean you got to up under. You might not be compatible on other things. You know what I'm saying? Or there might be something going on right now. I might need to be around this one more. Know what I'm saying? But I'm just, like I said, that's
but I'm just saying that a woman is not
Suffice
a sack of potatoes. She's
I'm not talking about, like I said,
you
are over. So you, like I said, you going into the old sack of potatoes, dehumanizing her and all that stuff like that. That's not what this is about.
Okay, but you're assuming you can decide what a woman's feeling, even though you have said you're not a woman. You can say,
like I said, my body, insecure. My choice, right?
I'm not into that. I'm not on that train.
Yo,
okay. I'm just saying.
Check it out.
There's no exit.
A man does not have to be a woman. Listen
to
me. A man does not have to be a woman. A man is never going to be a woman.
I agree.
All right. But a man has things to do that a woman is not going to do. All right. A woman is not going to go lead a bunch of families, but a man can do that. All right. A man can take multiple families out of poverty if he's so endowed. The average person, the mother, is not going to take a bunch of men in his families out of. Woman's not going to take her boyfriend and all these different boyfriends out of authority, out of. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to take on. She's not going to take on that energy. Certain things only a man is going to do. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Literally. But so that's my point, that we built different. All right.
I know.
So yes, some of the shit we do is going to piss you all off. It's always been like that. All right. But you have to have trust in the man to know his motivations and why he's doing what he's doing. Now, if she's a wife, she should know these things, or she should be trying to know these things, or she should be able to ask these things and get an answer. All right, sufficient to the task. And if she's down, she down. She ain't down, she step. That's how it works. Nobody forcing nobody to do nothing.
That I agree with. That I agree with. And I know that
nobody do nothing in this world.
I have never in my life dreamed or
no obligation here.
Okay, I've never in my life, as a little girl, as much as I knew, I just had a feeling I was meant to be a wife.
Yes.
I never dreamed of being wife number 17.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. A lot of women are wife number 3, 4, and 5. They're just not all at the same time.
Well, I know right? Over here.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, yeah.
But I think that's a whole nother.
It can be, but like I said, this is a man that's
here.
But if you with a man that had multiple wives and multiple children by them, all these families are still involved. He's still involved with all these families. He's still dealing with other wives, the mother of this child, the mother of that child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's still that possibility. You know what I mean? Even though they're not together at the time, he's still responsible for these children, and in fact, these families.
I do understand that. I'm just trying to put in here that women are not pets. We're not.
Nobody said that.
No, I'm not saying that.
Why are you going there then?
No, because
why are you even going there then?
Because I'm putting the. You're not a woman. I'm not a man. I'm speaking on behalf of sisters in terms of I have never seen a little girl when she fantasizes about being in love, secondhand.
Well, let me tell you something. Ain't too many men that dream about being with one woman.
I'm not saying
ain't too many little boys that dream about being with one woman.
I'm not saying that there are.
All right, so I'm just saying, look, there's two different perspectives here. Like I'm saying, these energies are different. Okay. That's just the way it is.
Okay, well then this is news for me to find that out, and I'll have to decide. Peace, Sister Gwen B, trying to change the subject. Yeah, okay.
I can go on this all night. We can keep going.
Yeah, well, I don't want
Puffy
to.
in the way.
Yeah, no, Puffy ain't in the way of us, that's for sure. Wait a minute, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to scroll up so I can greet your family. Here we go. Peace again, Brother Douglas Jones, Warrior Status, General Mosquito, Nano John, Kamisi Fox, and Sister Gwen B. How you doing?
Peace. I'm up here stepping on toes today.
Oh,
Watch
yes,
your feet.
you are. Yes.
Watch your feet.
Hey, peace, brother Stingray. Cool podcast.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, brother.
Yeah, watch your feet, man.
Yeah,
I'm stepping on toes today.
I know that
Right?
I'm not the type. I'm just, I prefer the situation, which is, I think that mindset can lead a lot of sisters to be disappointed. And this ain't something just, limited to Black men, all men. Okay. But I'm just talking about us. I think that like little possibility can lead a lot of sisters to come out and say all men cheat. And
Exactly. They can say that. Yeah.
Okay, they can say that, but I know that doesn't have to be true. At the same time, when any relationship I enter, I always say at the outset, if you feel like I want you to be free, I don't control you. If you feel the need to go out and you got to do this and that, please let me know so then I can make the decision according to me rather than that pain of feeling like you've been fooled. That'll rip your heart out. And so I think that's the thing where as women, you're hoping you can, just be cherished and seen for who you are. And that's the standard we use in choosing who to be with. This is a man who's going to see us individually.
Yeah.
And so, let's see. I do not want the marriage thing. Oh, Sister Gwen B. Ooh, thank you for adding here. Let's see now. I used to think I wanted a wedding and all until it was time for that to happen. Then I ran from it. Oh, thank you, sister. Because we need to have more sisters talking than me.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. Well, okay.
Okay, my toes are safe. I have steel-toed boots. I did have some steel-toed boots in the military. They were great.
Well, let me tell you something. Every woman needs a man. All right? So every woman needs a man because you need a man. You need a man of knowledge, wisdom, understanding that can help you in times of difficulty, which we've been living in for the last 400 years.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
They ain't coming. We've been in difficulty.
Yeah.
All right? That's why if anybody over 50, damn near everybody was married when we were young. Know what I'm saying? Everybody parents is married. I mean, that would this is a new thing, not getting married. All right? Because they understood that the family unit was necessary for their survival.
Right.
All right.
See, and I think that has destabilized society with the feminist type of mindset. But at the same time, it's also given women a protection from being at the mercy of, because I think we have to make a transition where both parties are agreeing to enter into a united coupleship, but at the same time, the woman can recognize her role and savor it and cherish it as the bringer of warmth and kindness and support, as opposed to feeling like, oh, you've got to be the little woman. You're forced to be the little woman, where you love that man so much that you are more than willing to put him as who you give deference and honor to.
Yeah.
Like, I know that one of the things that I think it was you who said it to me at the very beginning of our relationship, and we were just having a general conversation, where a woman will, as soon as the policeman or she's paying a bill to these people, she'll speak with respect. Unless she feels like she's being completely used, she'll speak with respect, but then come home and have this automatic, tone from an expectations that I'm supposed to have this much money, we're supposed to have this big a house, and you're not giving it to me, and I can't, and not work with who is really her rescue. And so I think that there's a division that feminism has started, but we got to nix the feminism because they want to replace men. You cannot replace men. And they want to give us this idea that life without men is preferable to just finding your specific man. So with Sister Gwen B, I think that you are such a brilliant woman. That might have been the issue. I don't know, and I'm not trying to find out your private issues or anything of the sort. But I'm just thinking, I know for me, it was very difficult to find a man that I felt like I could just have a complete and total conversation with until I met Dr. She. And then it was just like, there was no subject matter, no, like you just saw us going back and forth over this issue. And I don't think that we've necessarily changed, but I cherish this man so much that I'm like, that's okay. He doesn't have to think the way that I think completely. So I think that's an aspect
not
of
completely,
it.
just mostly.
Yeah, no, not actually. We just happen to have so many things in common that we, conclude on that is astounding.
Actually, I was gonna call this how to get and keep a man.
Oh yes, you were.
But we ain't getting to that. Well, actually, I guess we went into it anyway.
We did, because it's all connected. That's why I said I wanted to put that on the end of it, because it's all connected. So I think it's a matter of all of us learning what our roles are that are in keeping with our physiology, with our biology.
Absolutely. And your nature, which you created. Exactly.
Yeah.
But that will require you to know who you are. And most people don't know who they are because introspection is not taught. It's this introspection is a luxury sport. You know what I'm saying? You have to be introspective to get the most out of yourself. You have to be able to think. All right. To have clear thoughts and self-analysis. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't be that honest with themselves.
Right.
Some of you are still wearing the wrong size shoe because you swear my feet ain't too big for this shoe.
Got bunions.
My feet look so good in these shoes. Some of you are still wearing the wrong size clothes.
You're going to get them bunions surgically removed.
Exactly.
Not thinking, could it be the shoe?
Forcing myself.
Right.
I see women shaped like donuts running around in stilettos. Like, whoa, you want to break something? And bounce on down the hall. All right?
Right.
No, we have to accept our limitations and acknowledge them. I'm never going to be 7'2". I'm trying. I'm 49. I'm trying to be 7'2". I can't get past 5'7". I can't get past 5'7". I'm trying, God. 7'2". You can't get past your physical limitation. They're good. They're not bad.
Yes. What?
All right. Some things are limited, like your height, your weight. Obviously, ain't limited no more. That's another story. All right. There's certain things just like that's just it. Right. But you can still use this mind to scale heights. All right. That you couldn't reach. All right. I can't reach that, but I can develop a stool to stand up on and get that what I need. You know what I mean? There's things you can do. You need to expand your introspection in order to know yourself, because everybody's telling you that find your purpose, find your purpose, find your purpose. No, your purpose is simple. Know who you are. All right. That's your purpose, really, to learn who you are. Right? Because when you know who you are, you will know exactly what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, this is how I got to operate. This is what works best, because you're moving within your nature now. So everything you do, you won't be doing things in conflict with your core self. See, the problem you do is the European lifestyle has you doing all these things that are in conflict with your core self. All right. So you've become so far from yourself when you're young that it takes so many more years to get back. That's what Carter G. Woodson was trying to tell you in The Miseducation of the Negro. I got this education, and now I got to spend 20 years unlearning all this shit so I can know who I am. All right?
Yes.
That's the scenario you're in.
That's where I feel my mind was just raped. They just raped me, because as soon as I started learning the truth, I was like, oh my God, I just wasted 40 years of my life learning all their lies when I've got so much catch up in order to actually be an informed human being so I can protect myself. That's what the issue is. That's what adulthood is supposed to be about, where you could protect yourself, your family, so you can perpetuate yourselves.
Mhm.
And they have made all of us so completely vulnerable and
Yes.
wasted our time.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, how you going to recoup what you lost?
Mm.
That's the key now. You have to recoup what you lost, which is actually yourself. All right.
Mm.
And then you can worry about all that other stuff. All that other stuff would be easy after that. But we can't do it. We have to speed up the pace. We can't be waiting till we're 50 and 60 no more. You know what I'm saying? 75. Let me get right with God now.
Mm-hmm.
I know who I am. I can go home.
Right.
Like, no, you know who you are. You're supposed to do something now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. I know who I am. I'm dead now. No, that's not how it works.
Right.
Huh?
See, that's one of the things I've in doing what I do, I found makes it easier for people to want to deny what I'm sharing,
Mhm.
is that then it's up to us, because we know the devil ain't going to do a damn thing but continue the attack.
Mhm.
And the radiation, like before, you could just sort of say, well, this oppression, if I get some money like Diddy or this chick, I'll be free from oppression.
Yeah, right.
But when you find out that no, it's in your food, it's on your plate, it's happening,
regardless of whom or what.
well, then you have got to do something. It's not a option. You're either going to embrace their genocide of you, or you're going to do something. So I think that's why I wind up running into, for those who aren't doers, like you, Sister Gwen. You're a doer. Peace, Sister Dolly. It's good to see you, Queen. There are people who they're going to be doers, and then there are other ones who, when you're presented with the reality of, am I really about it? And then you get that answer that, no, I'm not. That is annoying. That can make you angry, and it can make you just want to shut down. And we don't need that right now. They're serious about what they're doing. You could see it with things like, now not necessarily Diddy, but Cassie, but with Diddy, the things that he would do sexually, like, what? Why in the world would you need that much?
Of course, you're numb. And the more numb you get, the more crazy everything has to be for you to feel something. That's what it is.
Right.
They're numb. You have to numb yourselves out to do certain things. To live a certain lifestyle, you have to numb yourself out to reality.
Right.
All right?
Because you have too much.
Exactly. Because you don't want to lose what you got by running your mouth. Things like that, or you just ain't even got that. You ain't even got the concept of even rebelling in your head. A lot of these niggas, they can't even conceive of rebelling. Like, this is what I do. That's all I want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Money. This is what I want. They ain't gonna
smart cats over
there. They ain't gonna rebel. They think they got it going on.
Right.
They believe it.
Right.
It's the end all be all. There's no alternative reality for them. There's no other world they want to develop. They like this world.
And they may think that they've succeeded at rebelling.
They have succeeded in their minds. Yes.
In their minds.
Their success is having more than you. Everybody ain't looking at this thing same way. Some people got to have things to feel of value. All right, to justify what they do, what they see. I mean, that's what it is.
Right.
All right. Some people ain't materialistic. It's just really that simple. Some people are made different. Some people have to have, but some people you'll see 60, 70-year-old men running around here with bright colors on, big giant gold chain. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen them, yeah.
Big old car, like, yo, nah, this is how I'm rolling. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything they do, it's got to be, quote unquote, the best as far as they're concerned. If they ain't in the best, they feel bad. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way they are. And a lot of people have that mentality. That's why it's so easy to control people, because most people got materialistic mentality.
Right.
I can pay y'all.
Right.
Diddy found out that he could pay a woman. I'm sure he found he could pay a woman and woman do it. Like, what?
Right. And I'm sure Cassie wasn't the only one.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. That's my point. It's not just women either. Most people, you get a certain amount of money, you realize most people can be bought. And a lot of them had disdain for people already. Right. Listen to me. A lot of them had disdain for people already. What happens when you find out you can pay them and do any damn thing?
and they don't give a damn about anybody.
Exactly. They
Right.
really don't care about people then. So you're just a little,
Wow.
you're dust now. Look, nigga, go over there.
Mm.
Boom, boom, boom. You,
And I've known so many people just like that.
exactly.
Wow. Wow. Oh my God. No wonder the Protocols of Zion sits back and talks about, oh, we could buy these folks off.
That's right. That's what Jay Gould said. I could pay one half the poor to kill the other half. What are you talking about?
Mm.
And he said that over 100 years ago. I could pay one half of the
Mm.
poor to kill the other half.
Mm.
Because you don't know, there used to be a real class war going on in this country 100 years ago.
Mm.
All right?
Right.
Real class war, like shooting war between the classes.
Right.
Like throw a bomb in the rich neighborhood type of thing. See, they erased this. You go to the media, none of this stuff is talked about.
They don't want you to know.
The United States, people of the United States of America know the least about history of any people in the world. I can guarantee you that. Their own history. They don't even know what happened in this country to get them in the position they're in. Most people don't know how you got an 8-hour workday, how you got child labor laws.
Wow.
They don't know the bloodshed that had to happen before. It wasn't rich people deciding, you know what? I think I'm working them too hard. I'm going to give them an 8-hour workday and 2 weeks vacation.
Yes, and sick leave.
Exactly. That's what I'm going to do for my hard workers.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Exactly. No. I'm saying, you don't know. You don't study history, and they're not going to tell you. Wow. So you have no understand what you understand. There's been struggle here since there's been struggle here.
Wow.
Between the powers, the people that want to be in charge and the people that don't want them to be in charge.
Right.
All right. The common people. There's always been this struggle here. Yes, it's the Shirtwaist Factory fire. That's what that was. It's the Shirtwaist Factory fire in New York.
Let's see. I'm sorry, Sister Gwenby. I want to read what you're saying here. That is what's beautiful about this. We all come from different perspectives, arrived at the same place. We see the attack on our world. Truth is truth. Yes, indeedy, sister. Yes. That's one thing. I've seen people try to say, why is, this idea that there's like one truth. And inevitably, it's like there's organic and there's inorganic. That's simply the truth. Who's going to doubt that? So there's certain things that are just incontrovertible. You can't just change it or switch it. You can't chop off your genitals and then make you the opposite sex. And that's where, that's why I'm like, I got to say something. I got to do something because they've gone too far. And I'm happy to see that we are resisting the programming and, taking it back to Diddy. I do really believe because everything is just getting so ridiculously off the scale, ludicrous. You didn't have all of the sutured up nonsense being forced down everybody's throats. I do assess that they need us just to lose an absolute gasket and be violent so that they could take over even more. Though what you're saying is giving me thought and pause as to why do we have all of these benefits, and that's because people actually did risk and give their lives.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
Goddamn right. That's what they want to suppress. Like I said, they want everybody to feel like you can't fight City Hall. That's why everybody knows that term. Can't fight City Hall. It's been fighting City Hall since they've been at City Hall. What do you mean can't fight City Hall? That's nonsense. You know what I'm saying? That's the rich folks telling you that. Don't disagree with us.
Right.
All right.
But it's the voting the way to fight City Hall.
Then voting ain't the only way to fight a government.
That's it.
All right?
I agree. I agree.
The best way to fight a government is just not to agree, not to disobey. That's all you got to do.
And find other methods.
No, you can just not do anything. Just no, we ain't doing that. We're not stopping at stoplights today. Know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's nothing they can do. Nothing. There's nothing they can do. The power is an illusion. All right? The power, it just depends on your submission. Once you don't submit, their power is gone.
Right.
All right?
Right. And that's usually when then they have to work with.
Exactly. Now we just had we're gonna put a new committee together and we're gonna talk about how we can bridge the gaps and communicate with the community. That's all that. That means nothing's working.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not listening to us.
Mm.
All right.
Mm.
So we got to find 2 or 3 of their representatives and negotiate something for them.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Negotiate a good little deal for them, and that's when you got the mayor and the governor.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it's about. It's about picking off the leadership and making them steer the herd to you.
Right.
All right.
Right.
You done seen it over the last 2 years. That's all they was doing. All your Negroes just put their heads up and follow the program and try to lead you into the slaughter.
Absolutely. Just
all of them.
So disappointing.
All of them.
Every time you say that, I just am refreshed with.
And you're going to act like nothing happened. Forever. I'm not going to act like nothing happened.
Yeah.
I got everybody's face. I got everybody's name etched in my brain.
Yeah.
All right. So when you pop up, don't get upset if you get some pushback. Because we know who you are now. Mm-hmm. See, we know who you are. We know who you're really working for.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, let's see. The police and military, sons and daughters of regular people, no power to enforce without permission. I'm looking at how that article you sent me where they're going to be the U.S. military is buying up all Fukushima produce and fish.
They're buying fish.
Yeah. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking they don't even trust the military and the armed forces and the police, which they, outfitted like they're a second military, even though there's the Posse Comitatus Act. They know, I think they take into account that those guys could turn on them because of what they're trying to achieve is so despicable. Like someone blew up one pillar of the Georgia Guidestones. I don't know if it was the rich white folks or if it was just some righteously disgruntled regular person. I think they're worried themselves that even anybody with a gun, they're going to work hard on getting people either to shoot each other or to get everybody's guns. They're worried that those guns could be used against them because these folks, I'm not advocating for violence, but I am saying these folks, they're people too. They have names and addresses. They don't live in those underground cities yet. They can't just dive in and say, okay, it's all up to you folks up here because we would have a party up here. And they just be in those underground cities. And so I just think that, the police and the military, I almost feel bad for you as individuals, not as the force that you're representing. But as individuals, I'm looking, you guys are sitting ducks. You're sitting with the jabby thing. And they just had you like either get it or get out. And if you were in the military, you couldn't get out. You just had to take the jabby thing. So I think for them, the more paranoid the elites are, the more dangerous they become, but also the more they expose themselves.
Yeah. But hey, what you gonna do?
What we do?
We're gonna keep turning these sex kittens out.
Yeah, right.
To entertain us as we fiddle while the place burns down. That's all that's going on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but Puffy and Cassie, come on, man. That stuff ain't even on news. It ain't even nobody's concern, to tell the truth. All right. Not really.
Really? I heard we were talking about it.
We were, but I'm just saying it ain't really worth this. Come on, man. That's chump stuff. Man.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah,
come on, man.
That's true.
Those people don't even matter. Don't they know? And they know they don't matter. Puffy tried to treat her like she didn't matter. That's why he was able to pass her around and have no remorse about it.
Right.
Right?
See, now that's the aspect I cannot understand. It's just, he has children. Would he want his own daughters to be treated as if they were just cannon fodder?
Yeah, well, like I said, they got different classes of women they deal with. They got her, the work. Then you got the wife. That's the work. Then you got the wife. Then you got the mother. They don't put them in the same classes. They don't deal with them the same way. All right?
they feel like they've gotten where they can afford to protect their own. They're very limited.
Exactly. I met her. She's the work. So I put her to work. Right. But he did that. He gave her a contract. She's under contract with his record company. She got an album. Nobody listened to it probably. But anyway, that's my point. She was the work. And she did work. And we don't need you no more. And the money's dried up for you. So now what you going to do? Now I'm going to go to a court. And he tortured me for 10 years. The sexual abuse was it.
And I used to go to the bar and
pick up these, and all he can do is
Johns.
And all she gotta do is tell the truth if that's what happened. And it's gonna look bad. You know, and then they, you let the do, then you go into the all about Eve mode. Oh no, anybody. They do it all the time. It's acting. It's a B movie. You're a non-player character in a B movie, fam. All right. They got all the lines and they're all bad. These celebrities got all the lines and there's no good ones at all. All you get to do is sit and watch in a horror if you got any sense. Right. All right. That's what's going on. So yeah, she got some money from him. I'm sure he's paid other people plenty of millions of dollars with money before. They ain't no big deal with him. It's part of doing business. It's like if you drive around for a living, getting stopped by the police for something is part of doing business. They're gonna stop you for something, a light or something. Just like the eyes, you're just gonna get stopped. So why be upset about it? All right. I drive so much. I know there's speed traps here. I know that's you try to avoid them. You avoid more than the average person, but still, eventually the chances are you're gonna get caught up. You're gonna get stopped by the police for something. So when you gonna be upset when you get stopped? Nah, it's just like, okay, I wonder when you guys are gonna show up. What you got? Here's my license registration, man. Don't worry about it later.
Another day.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. This is just part of the business.
Right.
This is part of the business.
And they probably congratulate themselves on understanding.
Yeah, it's just business. Oh, I understand that.
Right.
You got me. Yeah, you got me, Cassie. I'll keep my eye out next time. I'll beat that punk ass physical trainer's ass, though. I'm gonna get him. He better not get none of my money. Right. Fired his ass for a reason. Know what I'm saying? Yes, it's just nonsense.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah. So they get caught out there. It's like Dwight Howard caught out there. Messing around with trannies and picking up people on social media.
Really? Wow.
In court.
That's crazy.
In court. Same thing. Got the whole case out there in public. You can read it if you want to. You can see the plaintiff's whole case against them.
Freaking moral mutants out there.
Yeah, like I said, they bored and they got money. You don't know what it's like to have money and be bored.
Wow. No,
you ain't never had enough money to be bored.
I would never. And in that case, I know I'm different in that way because I've never been bored in my life. Yeah. And I've had periods in my life where I had money. I was, doing all right.
Yeah.
But you gotta be inner reflective.
Yeah, but you have money that you made for you in your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? They got money. P. Diddy's trying to keep up with the big white executives. See, he's measuring himself against what they doing and how much money they spending and how big their yacht is. You know what I'm saying? Right. How much work they got coming in out the door. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like I said, they in a different ballpark. They're trying to live a different lifestyle.
But
all right? I
think that it's a shame.
But they're already craving and they already love money. That's how they got in that position in the first place.
Do you think that having a sense of purpose is a remedy
I'm
for
sure
that
he
type
has
of
I'm sure he has
emptiness?
a sense of purpose.
No, but I'm just
you think Diddy don't feel like he got a sense of purpose?
Well, if you're doing stuff like he's doing, I think that
I don't believe that. I believe he knows he has a sense of purpose. I believe he has a very strong sense of purpose. He always said, I seen him working. He got a real strong sense of purpose. He like what he does, whatever he's doing. All right. But that don't mean he can't do this. All right.
Okay.
That don't mean he don't do this too. Nah.
Well, I want to first off, I need to put out here it is my firm conclusion that P. Diddy is a Satanist. He's full on. He's on the Jay-Z train. But that's what I mean is like, what would drive somebody to embrace a doctrine about treachery? What that I don't. To me, you have to be empty.
Because you have to be treacherous to be successful. That's the doctrine they've embraced. To be successful, you got to be mean and treacherous, like the white boy, quote unquote. You gotta be like them. They mean, cuss everybody out, and you gotta be like that. That's why the women do the same thing. The white women do the same thing as the white man when they in charge.
Right.
They did the same treacherous cut. They do the same shit.
Yeah, Leona Hemsley.
Whatever the white guy in charge did, the white woman in charge does. And so the black guy did. You heard Sheila Jackson Lee, they caught her on Mike cussing her staff out like this stupid mom. She was going off on her staff.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that.
Sheila Jackson Lee, from a representative from I think she's in Texas. She was cussing her damn staff out.
Wow.
They had that shit.
Wow. And I've heard of black managerial and higher staff, executive staff being really vicious.
That's how
really petty.
That's how you That's called being a successful executive.
Wow. I see why I was never interested.
Everybody, as I said, these things aren't for everybody. Right? You gotta have a certain personality, certain character traits to do certain things. It's just the way it works.
Wow. Wild.
Right?
Wild. I am, yes. What
because
you
imagine chasing money for let my life chasing money. Like, who want to live a life like I can imagine a life like that. Yeah, we got to make money and we got to do these things, but chasing money is the purpose. Getting money is the purpose of my life, so I can have what?
Yeah,
a G-Wagon and a big house.
Yes,
that's nice, but
life is.
What value does that have to me?
And I'm sorry,
that's not my thing.
Life is, and that's the thing is that living life, I realize it truly is short. It is not long at all. When people tell you that, believe them. They ain't joking. And so to have wasted my life on vain, useless pursuits, I would be looking back right now saying, I am a worthless piece of crap. And that would be all the measure that I have. And then I'd be like these, sutured up white women who were out there, like the old models who were running around doing nude poses, trying to say, look, I'm still attractive.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, because they just, use their life with no purpose.
Stop talking about Tracy Ellis Ross like that.
Is she on
leave Tracy Ellis Ross
I'm
alone.
so sorry. She has such lovely hair, according to her.
So white.
But yeah, my ability to look at my life, I haven't done everything. Nobody does everything that they want to do.
Yes.
But when I look back at my life, I can always say I did my best to be an honorable person.
Yeah, poor people always say that.
But it's such a beautiful feeling.
That's what they say. That's what
but
to them, that's loser talk.
That's why I don't need the Hennessy.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I don't need to do that stuff. I'm
joking, but it's serious. That's what they look at that as loser talk. They would never think like that. You know what I'm saying?
But that's not loser. That's the reality.
Yes, but they're quote unquote in power.
I don't
That's
care.
what they see. They see, listen to me. All
okay.
they see is their power and what they're able to do. And I can make you do whatever I want to do. Puffy, I can pay somebody to do this. I can pay somebody to do that. But please. My mentality is what rules, obviously.
No, it doesn't.
Because all these honorable people need me. That's what you're telling yourself. Listen to me. This is what you tell you. All these honorable people are submitting to me.
Okay.
So obviously,
can I add?
I'm rule here. My mentality rules.
I want to put the truth on that.
Yeah.
Which is they don't rule crap. Somebody calls them up and tells them what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do. I ain't got nobody telling me what I'm allowed to do and what I'm not allowed to do. So that's why when we look at these black celebrities, they produce nothing of substance. When you look at, I'm not talking about white, like white is great or anything, but let's say the head of any country, even ancient Kemet, when you were in charge, you built monuments in your glory.
Yeah.
And you did things to affect the population, and especially with our Aboriginal societies, there was no entrenched poverty districts. We shared. We made sure everyone had something. They had the Olmec statues in honor of us. The Buddha, that's us. And so that's power. What these guys are nothing but dregs.
But they don't care nothing about what happened in the past.
Whether they care or
Listen to me,
not,
they
it's
like I
still,
said,
they have nothing to
like
show
I said,
for
that's
themselves.
symbolic of what was. They're not concerned about what was. They're concerned about what they can do now.
I don't think they're that dumb.
No,
I think
listen
they
to me.
know.
It's not about being dumb or anything like that. It's not about that. It's not an intelligence thing. It's a perception thing. All right?
Mhm.
They don't perceive it that way.
I think,
like I say, they don't perceive that. You
Because
can tell
they
by their
lie.
activities. You can tell by their activities how they perceive it.
But
you do what you believe. You talk about what you believe in.
But the Black Panther movie would. I'm not. Now I didn't like the Black Panther movie, so don't think that. But I'm saying the Black Panther movie. Yeah, well,
which one?
You talk about movies. The Black Panther movie was the first one. Was showing the society that was so powerful. And that they had to hide themselves so that the rest of the world didn't get their power. And so you had all these actors, these Black actors pretending to be these powerful people, but in real life, they're controlled. Yeah. And they know they're controlled. You were talking about Lupita Nyong'o. What the hell are you doing? And all these it's white actresses first. Right. You got the under boob, we got the side boob. There was an invitation that went out during the Oscars where they said, go as bare as you dare. It was an order. That's why all of them all at once are doing it now, because they want to keep people interested in their empty culture.
Like when the girls have the color of the day. Come on.
Yeah, it's the
same thing. We all going to wear our jellies tomorrow.
Dr.
You better have your jellies on tomorrow, girl.
Dr. She is joking right now. He's joking heavily.
It's all the time. We wear Nikes tomorrow. Nike day tomorrow.
Yeah. Side boob jean day.
Exactly. Same principle.
Under boob. No, stop.
Jean day
so
here.
So that's what they know, that they're employees.
Every actor is an employee, of course.
Yeah.
Every actor and artist is an employee.
So that's how you know you have no power, because they were the Black ones. They were formed by Black love. We used to have, like Coming to America. We used to have movies that would show us attempting to be with Black people. They have nothing but interracialism and perversion now with Black us. They can't not notice that. They notice that. They're not blind, but they're going along with the controllers.
Of course, they're doing what? Because they're getting paid to.
That's what I'm saying. That's not power.
Yeah, they're getting paid to.
That's all. Okay.
They got paid. They're doing their jobs. That goes back to the root of my thing with Cass and Diddy. She was doing her job.
Yeah.
Whatever she was doing was her job. All right? She did not exceed her brief. All right? Don't get it twisted. She was well within her brief, whatever she did. If she got paid, she got a contract. Yo. So Puffy like, yo, fair exchange, no robbery. That's what we say in the street. So go on about your business. I'm with her now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the work age, like I tell you, the work age is out. You can do that for a few years, but after a while, somebody young and pretty from my ass, all that stuff gonna come by.
Right.
And so we got a new one up the pipe. You gotta be broken in. So it's my turn to break this one in. It's not. This is an industry. This is a factory floor. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
That's how they moving these pieces around here.
But they know that they are the filth of the earth. They know that.
That's nice. And
I'm just saying.
Like I said, that's like I said, all
they
that.
Know that.
Like I said, that's immaterial though.
I don't think it's
for them. My point is it's immaterial to the point, because look, they're still doing what they want to do. They're still they're still influencing the minds of the youth. They're still doing all these things that we don't think they should be doing.
I don't think that there is a 2-year-old out there or a 3-year-old out there who doesn't have an innate understanding of fairness.
Yes,
and rightness.
I'm not. Like I said.
So I'm just saying that they are diverted from their true nature, which is an expectation of goodness.
Like I said,
and they know they're no good. They know that.
It's like I said, immaterial.
But
that's immaterial.
It is material.
No, it's not. It's immaterial to no the God. Point. It's immaterial. No, for them there is no God.
But that's what I'm saying. There is. Look. And they know Whether they know that or they want to
Morality,
believe
like I
that.
said, morality, listen to me.
Mhm.
Morality is a discussion for poor people. All right?
I think it's-
Listen to me. Morality is a discussion for poor people. All
I
right?
don't think so.
The rich don't worry about morality.
Then
'Cause
our
it's all
Aboriginal societies were all poor.
No, I'm talking about today's culture.
Okay,
What do you think I'm talking about?
Well, no, I don't mean today's culture, but I'm just saying in terms
talking
of
about back in the day. I'm talking
there
about today.
is a core goodness and righteousness. And I don't care if these people go as far as the edges of the galaxy, they will never get away from the truth that Allah made this universe with.
Yes,
They'll
and
never.
the sun shines and the rain falls and the wicked and the good alike. That's the scripture.
No,
says.
I know that.
Like I'm saying. So yeah, no, you don't get away from that. No.
Okay, that's it. That's
But I'm
all
not.
done.
But no,
Okay.
I'm not expecting no judgment for them. If that's what you're talking about,
They're being.
I'm not expecting that type of no, not the way. I'm not expecting no judgment like that. I expect them to do what they do till they die. That's what I expect.
No, I'm okay.
Right?
Well, in this
whether
way,
they feel guilty about it or not, yeah, that's fine. But that's not even in my mind. I don't care.
Okay. Well, I think in this way we, differ in that I'm more literal. I think the judgment is happening right now. That Fukushima is a pouring of the cups for real. And I think that we are so incredible in our understanding of human nature that's why you call yourself 25,000 year cycle. That's why you call your site that, because we predicted, we prophesied all of these things because the judgment's right now. And so these dudes, I mean, you got Target selling t-shirts with Satan on them.
Yes.
They know that these are the last days. I don't know how it's going to roll out or play out, but these folks are being judged. They're going down. I don't know how it's going to happen because I'm not the creator. I didn't make this planet. I didn't make the universe, but I know he made it with truth, and they have no part in that.
They don't go down till a greater force.
Yeah, and a greater force is taking them out.
Yeah, well, they don't go down to a greater force takes its place. Yeah. That's the only thing that's going to happen. That's the only thing that has to happen. So
we agree.
If you ain't building a community, a business, providing for your children, health, if you ain't starting to build that, then there's no greater, then they're going to stay in power. That's how this works.
Well,
all right.
Oh, but here's the thing.
I'm not waiting for no mystery hand to come take nobody out.
I'm not talking about a mystery.
Okay.
I'm talking about radiation,
yeah,
which you can't see. But if we don't get the warning out so we could test our food, then the judgment is coming to every single living creature on the freaking planet because it only takes one atom. And these atoms can last for upwards of 450 billion years. So there needs to be a concerted global effort to work on this. And all of the different factors involved in working on this and getting the warning out is part of what's, propelling, making these people think that they've got all the time in the world, and they don't. None of us do at this point.
No. I know they don't think they have all the time in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They don't believe that at all. They're more conscious of the time than most of us are. Right?
Mm-hmm.
See, because they're active in perpetrating their mess. Their mess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we understood there was no time, we would be much more, as a whole, we would be more active in producing what we got to have.
Yes.
Know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, man. So it's just, if you think that, then your activities should show that you believe that, like anything. What you believe, what you know in your heart, is your activity should be evidence of that. All right?
Right.
They move quick and they don't wait. A lot of us waiting on the Lord.
Now that's one thing I agree with. I am not waiting on the Lord. Okay? I believe that I don't think there's some heaven in the sky. Let's put it that way. But if there was, and I was trying to only have the people who were going to keep it peaceful, wonderful place,
Uh,
I surely would not have no lazy people up in there.
yeah, well, you have
I
to
would
build.
have no, yeah.
It's
I
the
know
time to
it's right
build
here.
to build the community you want. Start building now.
Exactly.
That's how this works.
Exactly.
If you want a different community, you best be on your way to building, because talking bad about them ain't going to amount to nothing.
Yes. I expect nothing from them.
No, they're going to keep doing what they do. That's fine. But I'm just saying, if you want a different reality, you best be on the way to start building it now. All right? Because it's going to take years.
Yeah.
All right? And I'm talking about hundreds, maybe 1,000 years to build to something to displace this thing.
I know.
All right?
I agree.
Because look, the quote unquote United States is in charge now. Who would be next up? Say China? My God, they're gonna be worse. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I think is coming.
You know what I'm saying? Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
That would be worse, because that would really set everybody back. So I mean, so eventually it'll go back to black, but how many thousands of years would that be? You know what I mean? Think about it.
Yeah.
So you best get started now.
Yeah. Yeah, China is like, they don't have to build any drones, because them Chinese soldiers, they work so much cheaper, and they are drones.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We can't have that. We can't be going around without building an opposing force.
Yeah.
All right? Now, today.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yeah.
Something to bring forth reality. Yeah, you could do it right here in the United States of America. And the United States of America would benefit from it. How you like that? That's what you can do.
That's,
think about that.
That's such truth. Whenever I think about, that saying, truth will set you free, I'm just like, it sets everybody free.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
Absolutely. There's no hiding anymore.
Right.
Oh, you a freak? You like screwing animals? Yeah, you'll go over there.
Exactly.
We ain't got to be dealing with you. You ain't going to be no power over nobody. You ain't going to be doing none of that. We see who you are. You just want money. Sure.
Right. You ain't going to be recruiting the children.
Exactly.
Right.
It's all good. See? That's the great separation. That's called truth.
Right.
Oh, that's who you are.
Right.
See?
Right.
That's the great separation. Ain't no scripture talking about no combining of the good and the evil, the good and the wicked.
Right.
No scripture talking the good and the wicked are going to come together and form a great community.
Hell no.
Of wicked good. It's gonna be wicked good.
Yeah, wicked good.
It's gonna be wicked good. You know what I'm saying? No.
Yeah.
It's going to be separation. The believer, non-believer, the whore, the virgin, everybody's separated.
Brother Nano John, I so agree with something you said, and we've just been talking about it over the years, which is that people are going to need the mayhem. Unfortunately, I know the satanic elites want to use the mayhem for their purposes, but I'm talking about a different type of mayhem, and that is the epic die-off. And they're using whatever excuse to hide the origin of where the die-off began and how expansive it is. But those dead creatures, they ain't get no jab. So I think that's it. There's no way, even though I do what I do and I hope that I can be effective at alerting people, I do accept, and I'm so grateful to the Quran for always saying, you could be warning till your lungs pop out, but most people are not going to hear you. And there's no blood on your hands. At least you tried. And so that's the way that I feel about it, is at least I tried, so that when I'm 90 and then I look back on this period in my life, I can also sit back and say, I did my best.
There you go.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
And speaking of that, I also, I don't know if we're still talking or not talking, but in the meantime, I want to go on over to the site that you should be going on over to, family. And if you haven't, then I don't understand why. Because this site is a rescue. I'm not saying it's the rescue, because all of us working together, that's the rescue. But this one is a strong, huge part of it, because there's no other site on the planet that also brings the healing and the knowledge about the radiation and what to do about that too. And so Dr. Shi, his products are extraordinary. They work because he puts copious amounts of the real product in there. He utilizes components that you're not going to go and buy them. There's like little bottles. I ain't going to say of what, because that's his private knowledge. But I mean, the ingredients in there are top.
It's called food. That's what the secret ingredient is. It's
food. Yeah, that's
the
true.
secret is that most of you don't eat food. You eat chemical contractions or these pseudo foods or these chemicalized dirts they sell you as processed foods. All right. So what we've done is we've taken whole foods, all right, and combined them in a way to give you a specific benefits. For example, Supreme C or the pulmonary care, detox kit, milk SOS, those things, the Vax, all these designs for specific results. All right. Exactly. That's the design for. So along with that, we have our cosmetics. We have the soap bars, Bajali. We have deodorant. We have other things in the future, but my formulas are really what's up there. Mostly is formulas. So for any issue you're having, we have something. You got what's that called? Penile dysfunction, impotence, you're coming too quick, things like that. We have the black wood. You don't have any, you got low testosterone. We have the pine power. All right. You got liver, kidney, gall problems. We got the liver max. You got breathing problems, COPD. You're going to have the pulmonary formula. You got the immune max. We got full spectrum dominance for people with emotional anxiety. We got everything. Blood, cardiovascular, everything is there. All right. Everything is there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't have that up there. I'm not going to talk about. But I'll be doing special formulas for other people that need specific things that go outside of whatever we have. I'm going to have a custom formula. We'll sit down.
Right.
We'll go over your we'll go over your ailments, whatever you're having, and we'll put together a special formula just for you and what you want to do. All right. How's that? Because everybody's not the same. Because we have our general formulas, but sometimes this was tweaking on the side that might have to be done. Usually, it's your diet that has to be tweaked to get the benefit. Usually, it's your diet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because all these issues only manifest because you're not waking up your DNA.
Yes. And that's what exactly what this is designed to do. All of our stuff, our formulas designed are nutrigenetic formulas. They use nutrition to stimulate proper genetic function. All right. Then nutrigenetics. That's what we practice.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm a hardhead. I'm a knucklehead. So it takes me time. Dr. Shi will let me know different ways that I can go even higher and be stronger. And then I'll try it. If I'm like, okay, maybe that sounds like that's a good idea. Let me try it. And then everything just transforms. When I run, but my legs for several years were stiff and I was having issues. And when I gave up certain things like flaxseed meal and wheat, I wasn't eating just wheat. I would have what I thought were, gluten-free types of flours. But when I gave up all that stuff and most of the sugars, I don't eat sugar, period. But I'm like 22 years old. I know I'm not. I'm not trying to walk outside like I'm a 22-year-old, but I feel like it. And that is incredible, because this is the age where they're sending me all these ads because I've been putting my actual birth date year on the social media platforms. They send me all these things for these pain medications and you're losing your hair and all these. And I'm like, is that happening to lots of folks? So there is freedom, an incredible freedom that comes with health, where you wake up in the morning and you are ready to get to work. You are ready to move.
Not move. Because you don't want to do anything that day. It's called freedom.
True. But while you're resting.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not because you're crippled, or it's not because, and I don't want to say crippled, but it's not because you're
I
sick.
Can't move. I can't. My knees don't do it. Not today. My knees say no today. No.
Yeah.
It's none of that. It's just I'm just chilling today.
Yeah, that whole old thing. That's them. That's how they talked us into believing there's no other option. Because if you're following their idea of what life is like, then yeah, it seems like there's no other option, because that's what starts happening to you. So you could also come here and listen to videos,
watch videos,
and this, the real detox kit, which will give you just different information. It's a healing site. So I just had to share that, because it's just true. It's not me making stuff up. Okay, ain't no scams going on with this.
Yeah, just like Cassie, we knew what we was doing.
Yeah, right. Only
we know what we're doing the whole time, just like Cassie.
Yeah, but it's for the people. It's for the people. Okay. So do you want to say any more? I'm done.
Nah, that's about it for me. I mean,
thank you, Sister Gwen. Oh, I love you.
We'll holler at you another time.
Yeah. All right.
It's all good.
Peace.
Peace and love, family.
I love you.